Okay, it's sort of an exciting day. So I did finally get the passenger side T-top all in and sealed up. The only thing I have is it is a little bit proud, but I'm going to wait until the weather stripping sort of settles, because I'm not sure that it's going to stay this high, as it has pressure on it from the pin in here and the lock in the front. I'm thinking it'll squash down over time. But that said, it was not easy. This back piece where the pin goes in was stuffed with metal, and I had to get that out. Luckily I was able to do it without ruining completely the sleeve that it goes into. Now, let me just walk you around here. This side is a bit, well, I'm not going to say worse, but the piece that's in here is a little bit harder. Like, this is the piece that goes in here, and I didn't even know, but there's apparently some wires that tell the car when you have the T-tops on or off, which is pretty cool for 1979. But I need to, I think, order these. Seems like they come in black. I looked at two sites, Eckler's and Wix, and they both have them, and they're both black. These appear to be chrome, but I don't know that they were originally chrome. They might have been black, and the paint might have just come off, because let's see, I'll show you on this other T-top, which I'm about to complain about. So this is the driver's side. Let me get my shadow out of here. If you look here, this is a trim piece. I'm going to have to order new ones, because on the back of these are these captured nuts, and when you snap something off in here, it's pretty much a complete waste of time trying to get them out. Ask me how I know. But this one is a total mess. This is a screw, believe it or not. It looks not like a screw. It looks like a pile of rust. This one's gone. This one's gone. This one's still here, but it's soon to be gone. Again, ask me how I know. I will get a screwdriver in there. I'll bang it. I'll PB blast it. It does not matter. This thing's just going to come right off. This one's gone. This one's gone. This one's gone. And this one's still here. This one might actually come out. But so one out of all the screws in this thing will actually come out okay. I guarantee you this will take me more time than replacing the silly rubber around the side. Look at it, there's rust in the rubber. That's pretty amazing. I love when people tell me, oh, it's a fiberglass Corvette, you're not going to have any rust problems? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I should send them some of this stuff. In any event, I'm going to keep on going. Oh, also on the agenda for today, it's a nice day outside, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be replacing the door lock thing, that the latch here that I mangled trying to get this door open. And this thing now finally moves after I basically broke the thing that it's sitting on. So there's that. But I'm going to be getting off this door panel because it's a danger to myself, and it's ugly as sin. Of course, I can't get out two bolts, screws, they're kind of machine screws that are in this. I've tried with everything I could. What I'm going to try doing is actually cutting the door panel around it and seeing if I can get some room, area to get behind it and get pliers on them, so I can, just break it. I know I'll wind up ruining the threads. I don't really care. All I want to save is the handle, because although this one looks nasty, I can refurbish it, paint it red again, and it'll be better than any replacement that I could buy. And that, I think, is my my ultimate goal for today, is to have the door closed and a new T-top on here. Well, not new, refurbished T-top on here that'll seal, and then I can wash the car. Because while I don't think it's going to look great when it's washed, I think it'll look better, like, I don't know. Why not have it look as good as it can while it's sitting here in my driveway? And then going forward, the next thing I'm going to try to do is make the car roll, because that would be great. It's not parked where I want it to be, and it should not be impossible to make this thing roll. I mean, even if I have to pull off the drive shaft, you know, I'm hoping it's you know, the brakes, but the fact that it's stuck in reverse tells me it might have something more to do with the transmission, you know, holding it. And I did try to push down the clutch, and that will not move. So that's going to require me... Well, I got to get in this hood too. That's, well, another thing. The hood will not open. I think I've mentioned that before. But if you look in under the hood, I'm not sure if you can see it. You might be able to. There's a little rubber nub. And what I have to do is pop that in, and then I should be able to get a screwdriver or some sort of metal in there, and I should be able to jimmy the latch and get the hood open. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I don't know, that's I don't know, I'm gonna do bit by bit. I'm doing this thing, as you can probably tell, and I think that's the only way to attack something of this magnitude, because if not, you'll drive yourself bananas. So onto the T-top. Alright, back, and as you can see, the paint on here is shot, but still don't want like grooves in the fiberglass. This should help, I hope. Alright, let's see. This is the one I was pounding on. Yeah, no. Let's try the one I think will come out. Yep. Imagine that. Okay, this thing came off. Wound up using a roll-lock to grind off this one on the end here that didn't even look like a screw anymore. But one of the reasons I'm getting a new one of these is because I didn't bend this. This was already bent, and then this one was already missing. So I guess these little tack welds that they did in the factory didn't like sitting around for I don't know, 30-something years out in the weather. But figure I'll be able to make this work just for now, you know, temporarily. I'll clean it up, and I'll get as many screws in as I possibly can to hold the weather stripping, and we'll be able to seal this car up for the moment. I find that the shipment isn't all that fast. It's not like Amazon when you order from you know, these Corvette sites. But well, hopefully this stuff will work out. I did notice something else just now as I opened this. I thought the other T-top was cracked over here, and maybe it was, but if you look, this one too, I'm talking about right here in the corner where the rod comes out, there's this plastic thing, and this part here, yeah, I think it's actually cracked. If they weren't so darn expensive, I would just buy another set of T-tops. It would almost save me some money if I got a decent used set. But I don't know, we'll stick with the originals. Ah, this must be the piece that busted out of here. Strange. But anywho, back to the fun stuff. I guess now what I'm going to do is start peeling. Okay, I'm going to call this good enough. Why you don't want to go down? This thing that's fighting it? I don't know. I'll try a PD on here. This one's actually a little bit better than the other one in this rod. It's got a lot more threads over here. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's this that's holding it up. So, let's see if I can get my pliers opened up big. Come on, little pliers, get big. There we go. And then, it's possible to try. Show you this a little bit closer up, what I'm dealing with. So, anywho, in here is what's left of metal. It's semi-hard, but then it's got crusties all around it, and it's making it so it's totally stiff in here. Hopefully you can see it with the light as it is, but yeah, this is an absolute mess. What's good is there's some threads on here, so I'll be able to sort of cut off the nasty part and install the new spike, so this thing should work. And I have a new one of these white pieces as well, so that can go away. Now, let's see. My goodness. Like a dream. Ha! Awesome. Just awesome. I have a feeling that's why they're making these pieces out of stainless steel now in the aftermarket, because they just rust out like that. sweet. I love it when things actually work for me. Just gotta tighten this up. Let's see what it looks like when I pull it in now. I'd say another 2 turns and we should be good to go. All of a sudden it got tight. There we go. I think we'd be clear. Sweet. That'll work. Figure out what I'm going to do to hold this thing on. I have some screws, but these are all currently broken off inside the thing, except for the end one. I've got one. do I live with just one? Because it does tuck in the other side too. Like over here, it slides in. I think it does anyway. Where does it slide over? Where does it slide in? Yep, there we go. So it slides in there. Goes like this. So it would be held on if I just had one screw over here. It's not pretty, but it's only temporary. I think that may be how I fly, because trying to do all this stuff is going to take hours and days, and it's just not worth it. Alright, I gotta clean this place up, get all the oil off and whatnot, because glue and oil doesn't stick, and that's going to be extremely boring work. But not that any of this is a lot of fun, but let me get this cleaned up and I'll be back. Okay, so to show you what the bolt that didn't want to come out looked like, well, it's a machine screw, but it was very, very rusted in there. This is what it was down to, so when it came out it actually just broke finally and came off. But the armrest, I found out the plastic inside is cracked anyway, so I might just be looking around for a used set. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. This is the idea when you're restoring something. You gotta try to do what you can with what you got, and if you can't, then get the next best thing. Okay, so we're getting there. The door panel is off. I don't know what the string stuff is. It goes all the way around inside this stuff that stuck the water vapor barrier on there. But I don't know, it's funny, I made fun of the water vapor barrier, but underneath that it looks a little bit rusty, but not terrible. Bad news is up above here, like where all these bolts are, this is rotten right here. This is going to have to go away. It can't stay like that. That's going to be bad. I guess what's kind of good about that is it's under the door panel, so even if I cut pieces and they don't look perfect, it'll be good enough. The other good news is if you look at the bird cage in here, it's not perfect, but it's not looking all rusty from what I can see so far. So there's that. But it's coming along slowly. It took me a while, but I figured out that using one of these brushy Roll-Locks, for just cleaning stuff up, works really well taking this stuff off. So rather than sitting there with a scraper, you just takes it down really, really nice, so you won't have any buildup before putting the next one on. So I'm just going to finish this up, and then I'll be laying out the new leather stripping. Why did that not come to me? I have no idea, but Well, I guess I've been doing this for like 6 hours today. But we're working on different stuff, not just the T-top. But you'll see in the final video. Okay, so the one thing I learned when you're putting this stuff on is to put it on kind of sparingly. Not heavy at all. Just like that. And that even might be a little bit too much, but the thing I got here is not, it's kind of like using a bazooka. So I would not recommend this, but it's what I have. Just going to grab the new stuff. Situated correctly. Guess we'll start over here. These little nubs are not easy to get in the holes. That's 2 out of 30. Drove my door panel here. What's left of the door panel. Gotta kind of stretch these to get them on. There we go. I did much better on the amount of stuff I put on this time versus last time. Last time I really made a mess. This time, not too bad. That's it. Now it's a matter of taping it down. Get some screws in over here. And this thing should be ready to go back on. I mean, the thing I'm happiest about is having this little pin here that'll actually lock it in place, because without that, it's not going to seal. Okay, so now let's see if I can show you this part here. This is where the front piece goes in, right here. And this needed a new one of these, which I ordered, which is great. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I was going to need something for this here. And I don't have one of those at the moment. But that said, I'm going to jimmy something up. I have a 3D printer. I'm thinking I'll print something up and then I can stick it in there just for now. I mean, I'm going to order the piece because it's supposed to have electrical connectors on it so that it'll, I guess, tell the car when it's got T-tops on or off. But so now I'm just going to stick this one in. And I found the reason I'm showing you how to do this is because it's kind of tough to get in. But if you use a screwdriver to kind of help it along, then it pops right in and you can, bam, done. Simple. It took me like 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute the first time, but it was annoying. So I figured I would show people how to do that. Quick update. I wound up getting this piece out of here. It was really stuck in there. It took me a big hammer and
I placed it between two of the rocks, and I used a punch, and I punched this thing out. So I can actually use this. I don't have to 3D print anything. If anybody's interested in 3D printing, though, I've got a few of them, and I used to do it for people, you know, when it was in its infancy, and now it really doesn't pay much, so I don't bother doing it for people anymore. But it's not that I even did it for money. It was more of a hobby, but it got boring rather quick because it takes forever to print things. Anywho, it's just a quick update. Okay, so this was pretty dumb. I figured I would let people know. I went to put it on just to fit it, because they say, oh, you should let it sit overnight and dry. I'm like, yeah, and then if it's dry and it doesn't fit right, what do, right? So I like to just get it on there as soon as this stuff is tacky enough not to, you know, fall off and you flip it upside down. So in any event, I went to put it on, and I realized that this is supposed to be attached to the car, and it's why I had to buy a new one. But I went to put it on, and this was still on there, so yeah, it wasn't fitting. I'm like, what the heck is wrong? Oh my god. But bada bing. Now it should go on nice and easy. Now, let's see. If I'm telling the truth, it's going to just go right on here, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. Let's see. I mean, I wouldn't lie on purpose, but every now and then, I'm not exactly honest to myself. Even if I do mean to be. There we go. Alright, I'm back, and what I found was that the front here wasn't all the way down. What I did was I took it off, and then I cleaned up the spike that goes down, and when I put it on, I still had to kind of jump on it to get it to go all the way down. I think I need to get some new parts, but not for now. I just want this thing to be sealed so I can like wash the car and not worry about it. Let's see now if I can get this thing to catch. Bam! Catch me outside, how about that? We got T-tops. Now I gotta open the hood. I gotta empty out the car. It's just a complete catastrophe in there. Okay, just getting back for a moment to that door opening video. It was bananas trying to get this door open. And I can show you now, hopefully it's light enough out here. This is the thing that's supposed to have a spring action and just pop open when you lift up this little thing. Because it like latches right on there, and that's really what is holding the door shut. But this one, even when I lift it up, I can't move that. So what I literally have to do is lift this piece up, get a chisel, and chisel this thing around until it would open. So that was, you know, I swear nothing's easy. Then trying to get it out, you have to get it out through the bottom, but being that I made it, you know, about an inch wider than it originally was, it wasn't easy to get it around the rail for the window. But, you know, 15 minutes or so, and boom, she's out. And now I can put a new one in, which is great. I do want to replace the outer door handle, but I think I'm going to wait for paint to do something like that, because they're going to have to take them off anyway, so I guess I'll wait on that. But I did break one of the clips, so I have to order a clip. But I can at least put the latch in. Since it'll be a new latch, what's going to happen is I'll just, you know, I don't have a door panel anymore. I have to order one. Where was I? Oh yeah. So if I put a new one in, it'll have, you know, the normal stuff. So I'll be able to just you know, open the door from the inside, going click click click, you know, and it'll pop it. which is what you know, normal doors do, not like this piece of garbage. Anyway, that's my update. I want to get this thing sealed up. That's my goal. And then to get it sealed up, I mean, the window seals and whatnot are not too terrible. I mean, are they going to be replaced? Yeah, obviously. But I don't have to do that just right now. And then I think from here, the next thing I'm going to do is open the hood, because I'm dying to get a look under there, you know? It's the motor spin or not? I mean, ultimately, does it matter that much? No, because I'm going to wind up pulling the motor anyway. But then, if it doesn't spin, I'm going to want to take off the heads before I force it to go. You know, make sure they're not just coated with rust. If they are, possibly we can overbore it and just put in some nice pistons and be on our way. But that's all coming in the upcoming videos. Okay, here goes nothing. All right, so this means that I can now shut this door. So it needs an adjustment, but the outer door handle is bad. It gets stuck. I put white lithium grease everywhere. It's still on my hands, but it's not freeing up no matter how much I wiggle it. So I do need a new one of these. I have a new one of these already, but I wasn't going to install it until the paint comes. But I do need to buy a new one of these, or a used good one, because it's just something in the thing. I guess it's just too rusted or something like that. But now it's closed. Looks like the window needs to be adjusted up just a little bit, but that's something you know. It's not terrible because it's under the seal that's here now. So there's that. So it's kind of a winning weekend. I got the T-tops on, and now this door will open and close, you know, relatively well. I got to figure out why it's sticking out like this. I think I just have to adjust the door lock pin. I guess the old one versus this Repro one were different, right? That's why I like to stay away from Repro, but I never want to pay for new old stock parts, because people are like, oh yeah, this new old stock door lock mechanism's $600. And it's like, this, yeah, no, thanks anyway. But that's about it for me today. I have to clean up around here. I did buy tires for this car, and they're going to be going on. First thing I got to do is run up and get some more jack stands. I have a bunch of jack stands already, but I also have a bunch of projects in the air. Pun intended, I guess. The thing is, I want to get all four of these wheels up in the air. At that point, I'll swap out the tires for these. I got 225 60 15s. The reason is I have other cars that have been sitting for a long time that use that size, and I figure these will just be temporary on here. I do want to get some nice raised white letters for it when it is ready to go, but so they'll be temporary. And that's about it. I guess it's a wrap.